753 BC, April 21st, in the heart of Italy by the Tiber River, something happened that would change world history forever. A city was founded, but this wasn't just any city. This was the start of an empire that would rule 3 continents and last for 1,000 years. But this founding began with the god's plan, grew with the wildness of a wolf, and was sealed with a brother's blood. Today, we're going to tell the story of 2 brothers, a wolf and the eternal city. Romulus and Remus, the founding legend of Rome, written in blood. Dergile, every great myth has a past. Rome was born from the ashes of Troy. 12th century BC, Troy had fallen, but the hero Aeneas escaped the Greek army and boarded ships. With him were his father Anchises and his son Ascanius. After a journey that lasted years, guided by the goddess Venus, the Trojan hero's mother, he reached the shores of Italy. In the region of Latium, he married Lavinia, the daughter of King Latinus. He founded the city of Alba Longa, and so the blood of the Trojans mixed with Italian soil. 300 years passed. A princess lived in Alba Longa, Rhea Silvia. Her beauty was legendary, her heart pure. Her uncle Amulius made her a Vestal virgin. She was sworn to eternal chastity. Why? Because Amulius had overthrown his brother Numitor. He had killed Numitor's sons and made his daughter Rhea Silvia a priestess. This way, no rival heir would challenge his throne. But the gods had other plans. One day, Rhea Silvia fell asleep in the sacred grove. Mars, the god of war, came to her. 9 months later, Rhea Silvia gave birth to twin boys, half god, half human, Romulus and Remus. The news reached King Amulios. Rhea Silvia had twin children. His anger was terrible. He had Rhea Silvia thrown into a dungeon. According to some sources, he had her executed. As for the babies,
throw them into the Tiber River.
The soldiers put the twin babies in a basket. They left them in the Tiber. The waters were high. The basket was swept away by the current, but the gods were protecting their children. When the water receded, the basket got caught at the base of a fig tree at the foot of the Palatine hill. And at that moment, the most iconic scene in Roman history happened. A she-wolf, Lupa, heard the babies crying. She came closer, but she didn't attack them. Instead, she nursed them. For days and nights, the twins grew up on a wolf's milk. A woodpecker, Mars's sacred bird, brought them food. The gods were protecting their children. Then the shepherd Faustulus found them. He took them home. Together with his wife, Acca Larentia, they raised the 2 children as their own, and so Romulus and Remus grew up among shepherds, strong, brave, wild. Years passed, the twins became young men. They weren't just any young men, they were born leaders, warriors. There were bandits in the area. They robbed shepherds and caused terror. Romulus and Remus organized the young shepherds. They waged war against the bandits. They won every battle. Their fame spread, but one day a trap was set. Remus was captured. He was brought before King Amulius. The charge: banditry on Numitor's lands. But at that moment the truth came out. Numitor saw Remus. He noticed the traces of his grandson on the young man's face. He asked questions. Faustulus arrived. He told everything. The babies found in the Tiber. The wolf, the sacred birth. Numitor understood. These were the children of his daughter Rhea Silvia. His grandchildren, Romulus was called. A plan was made. Amulius had to be avenged. Romulus and Remus, with an army of shepherds, stormed the palace. They killed King Amulius. They put Numitor back on the throne. Justice had been served, but the twins' fate lay elsewhere. Romulus and Remus didn't want to stay in Alba Longa. They wanted to build their own city. They returned to the place where they were born, where they were saved by the wolf, the banks of the Tiber, the 7 hills. But there was a problem. Where would they build the city? Romulus wanted the Palatine Hill. Remus preferred the Aventine Hill. Both wanted to be the leader. Both were right. There was no agreement. They decided, let the gods decide. They would perform augury, bird omens. Remus went up the Aventine Hill. He saw 6 vultures. Romulus went up the Palatine Hill. He saw 12 vultures. The gods had spoken. Romulus had won. April 21st, 753 BC. Romulus took the plough. He drew a line around the Palatine Hill, the Pomerium, the sacred boundary of the city.
This line is sacred. No one can cross it armed. The penalty for crossing is death.
Remus was angry. It had gotten to him. He looked on with scorn. "Is this a wall?" he said. "Even I can jump over it."
Romulus, in anger, drew his sword. Anyone who scorns my walls will die like this.
One single blow. Remus fell to the ground. He had been killed by his brother. Rome was founded with brothers' blood. Remus's death deeply affected Romulus, but there was no turning back. The city had to be built. But there was a problem. Population. There were only men, fugitives, exiles, adventurers, no women. Romulus made a plan. He invited the neighboring Sabine tribe to a festival, games, feasts. Then the signal was given. Roman men abducted the Sabine women.
War broke out, but the women stepped in. "We are now daughters, wives, and mothers," they cried. Peace was made. The two peoples united.
Romulus ruled for 37 years. He made laws. He founded the Senate. He created an army. Rome was growing stronger. One day, as Romulus was gathering the Senate, a sudden storm broke out. Dark clouds, lightning. When the storm passed, Romulus was gone. Some said, his father Mars took him. He became a god. Others whispered, the senators killed him. The truth was never known, but Rome remained, and it grew, and it grew. The city on a small hill became the greatest empire in the world. From England to Egypt, from Spain to Mesopotamia, 3 continents under one flag. Today, in the Capitoline Museum in Rome, there stands a statue, a she-wolf nursing 2 babies. This statue has been the symbol of Rome for 2,500 years, a symbol of a legend, a belief, an identity. So, were Romulus and Remus real? Modern archaeology has found settlements dating back to the 8th century BC on the Palatine Hill, exactly the period the myth talks about. A wolf? Probably not. Perhaps a priestess? In Latin, lupa means both wolf and prostitute. Perhaps a metaphor. Brother killing? Perhaps real, perhaps symbolic. The founding of Rome demands sacrifice. But here's the truth. A city was founded, a civilization was born, and the world changed forever. Our legal system, our architecture, our language, our calendar, all come from Rome. Romulus and Remus may be a legend, but what they created is real. Rome, the eternal city. Caput Mundi, the capital of the world. Dito, 2 brothers, 1 city, 1 legend. And the world was never the same. Beyond the tale, Romans shaped identity through myth. Lupercalia honored the wolf's mercy, the Palatine marked sacred beginnings. Archaeology on the hill reveals 8th century huts, timelines that echo the story. From augury to the Pomerium, ritual framed power and city life. The legend was memory, meaning, and mandate. Under Romulus, institutions took root: Senate, legions, civic laws. The Sabine Union forged Rome's first alliance, binding rivals into one people. Generations retold the brothers to teach duty, sacrifice, and fate. As borders spread, the she-wolf traveled with the standards, a promise of Rome everlasting. Its symbols still watch the Palatine. Key moments endure: the Lupercal, the omen of vultures, the Sabines, and Rome's downfall. These frames anchor the legend and its legacy. Thank you for watching.